In the last video, we learned all about the interval of a second. Now we'll have a pair of videos to introduce you to the very important interval of a third. Let's extend this now to the interval of thirds. First of all, let's deal with a number. A third will go from one letter past the next letter and to the one after it. So from C to E, we're going past the D. From F to A, we're going past the G. From G to B flat, we're going past the A that's in between them. From B to D sharp, we're going past the C that's in between. Those are all thirds. It's still a third if I reversed the order and counted down instead of up. So in other words, if C to E is a third, E down to C is also a third. F up to A is a third. A down to F is also a third. So if we look at this clock, we could follow the letters. So if we start on C and go either to E flat or E, I'm still moving a third either way. If we go from D and go to either F or F sharp, then I'm moving a third in either direction. Okay, that was the easy part. But now for the quality. The simplest way is to count half steps. If an interval spans 3 half steps, it's a minor third. If it spans 4 half steps, it's a major third. But this is a bit like learning to do arithmetic by counting on your fingers. It works for simple problems, and it's okay to start, but soon it gets unwieldy. So here are a few other ways to think of the difference between major and minor thirds that'll help when learning other intervals. First of all, just like the major second was the distance from the tonic up a step to scale degree 2, the major third is the interval from scale degree 1 up to scale degree 3. Do, mi, in a major scale. The same is true for the third from scale degree 4 up to scale degree 6. Or scale degree 5 to scale degree 7. The other thirds from scale degrees 2 to 4, from 3 to 5, from 6 up to 1, and from 7 past 1 and up to 2, those are all minor thirds. Let's look at a C major scale on a piano and count the half steps to check this out. So we know the C major scale are all the white keys without any accidentals. There it is. And here are the notes. So now let's look at the thirds. So from C up to E, we can count 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be 4 half steps, and it's a major third, the way I predicted. From D to F, we can go from D to E flat, then to E, and then to F. So just 3 half steps, that's a minor third. From E to G, likewise, E to F, F to F sharp, and F sharp to G. Just 3 half steps, that's a minor third. F to A, 1, 2, 3, 4 half steps, major third. G to B, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's also a major third. Now from A to C, 1, 2, 3, minor third, and from B to D, 1, 2, 3, that's a minor third. One way you can imagine this, if I'm using all the white keys on the keyboard, is that the major thirds cross two different black keys, and the minor thirds, like this one, only cross one black key. That only works if I'm talking about from white key to white key for our thirds. But visually, that's a way to see it. So let's summarize this from the C major scale in a slightly different way. The white key thirds are starting on C, F, and G. Those are major thirds. The others starting on B, E, A, D, or the word bead, are minor thirds. Or to think of scale degrees, I had mentioned that the thirds starting on 1, 4, or 5 are major, and the thirds starting on 2, 3, 6, or 7 are minor. This is true for major scales. This doesn't work for minor scales because minor scales are built differently. Okay, we looked at the C major scale, so now let's look at the D major scale, for example. D to F sharp, that's from 1 to 3. G to B, that's from 4 to 6. A to C sharp, that's from 5 to 7. Those are all major. And then scale degree 2 to 4, E to G, minor. 3 to 5, F sharp to A, that's minor. B to D, scale degree 6 to scale degree 1, that's minor, and C sharp to E, scale degree 7 to 2. Those are also minor. To illustrate this, D to F sharp, so we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, that's major. E up to G, 1, 2, 3 half steps. F sharp to A, 1, 2, 3 half steps, etc. It would be useful if you could look at the notes either on the staff or on the keyboard of a D major scale and check out all of the other ones and count half steps just to make sure that you understand this. So let's summarize what we've learned before we try to be able to find major and minor thirds starting anywhere. A third is an interval up or down 2 letter names, like from C to E, C, D, E, or from A down to F, A, G, F, or from B flat up to D, B flat, C, D, etc. Major thirds span 4 half steps and minor thirds span 3 half steps. In a major scale, the thirds starting on 1, 4, and 5 are major, and the thirds going up, starting on 2, 3, 6, or 7, are minor. And by the way, I had mentioned with seconds that the difference between major and minor is that minor is 1 half step narrower than major. So here we are. The major third is 4 half steps, the minor third is 3 half steps. That's 1 half step narrower. If we look at the white keys, the thirds whose lower notes are C, F, and G are major, and the thirds whose lower notes are in the bead group, B-E-A-D, are minor, and here they are. I'm listing each of them. Practice these first to get familiar with these ideas. One way to think of the last concept is that the bead group starts minor thirds on the white keys. The GCF group starts the major thirds. Watch the second part of this video for a more advanced application of the interval of a third.